Right, Colin, you've got a very responsible job actually here. What do you actually do? What do you have to do?
Well, basically, I'm down to sound the siren before the tidal bore starts to run, which can run from about 2.5 hours on a big tide before high water time. Of course, we keep a lookout for anyone who may be wandering out on the sands, which quite often in especially we get to the summer months and the holiday periods, where we get a lot of visitors and they don't understand the sands, don't understand the dangers.
What are the dangers?
The dangers are quicksand, the hidden channels, and things not being the same 2 days running because the channels are forever changing. The worst scenario is someone getting stuck in the mud and the sands on an incoming tide, because you've got very, very little time to get the equipment together. The lads are all volunteers. They've all got to get here, get their equipment together, and get out to wherever the victim is. And there's been some very, very close shaves,
But you sound the siren first of all. The first siren.
First siren will be on average about 2 hours before high tide. But the tide will be running in Morecambe then, and it will come down into Silverdale and it'll come into Kent's Bank. And
then you do your second one. So what do you look for your second one, and what's the gap between roughly? So
there's roughly a half hour between the two sirens, and again you're still looking for people. Sometimes the siren will go off and they think nothing's happened, and then they start wandering out again, and that is a problem. But even when the Coast Guard warn them, some people just ignore it.
But what we've got by the second sounding really is the tidal bore, isn't it?
The tidal bore will then be approaching, and if you can see it coming across the sands, in the centre of the sands, it will be coming down the channels on the side, which will, as I said earlier, they very, very quickly get, they could be ahead of the tide, running down the channels, and this is how people easily get cut off. The speed of it can be on the bigger tides, depending on winds especially, but it can easily be 20 knots, so you'll not outrun it.
It will knock you off your feet.
And in the deeper waters it will knock you off your feet, yes.